Anyways, guys, we're recording this live on Twitch TV in front of an absolutely wonderful audience. If you're not joining us on Twitch TV, you got it. We're doing Twitch drops right now, and I would absolutely welcome you to join our community live. Get your Twitch drops and your rewards, which are absolutely free. You just use the description, the link in the description down below, and we'll get you there. We'll get you going, and we'll get you those drops. As you can see, it's been a long stream already. I'm a little tired, but you know what? We've been playing a lot of Proxima Midnight here, and that is the question we're going to answer today. Is Proxima Midnight good? And as our friends here on Twitch TV can kind of give you a little hint on, we've had some mixed success. Proxima is a 4/7 that, when discarded, obviously gives you the ability to jump to the discarded location. However, the challenge with Proxima is, does it outperform existing archetypes, where essentially, like, you have cards like Hela, which are completely dominating the meta right now, and Hela is tremendously good and probably is not going to be needed in a Proxima Midnight deck. So we take a look at some decks. We'll give you an idea of what our overall thoughts are and whether or not I think they're worth your spotlight keys. Now, right off the top, we do have a they're with Dawkin. So you have Dawkin in the spotlight cache alongside of Proxima Midnight. And with Dawkin, you also have MODOK. Now, if you're not a discard player already, these are pretty good cards to hit. Now, it's worth noting that both Dawkin and MODOK are Series 4 cards as a subscription comes in. It is notable that they're both Series 4 cards, so there are 3,000 tokens, resulting in essentially reduced value for your spotlight keys, right? You generally want to spend tokens on Series 4 cards and use your keys on Series 5 cards because it's the best use of your resources. So if you're not a discard player, you can just skip this week completely. I'll be totally honest with you. But let's talk about some decks here. Now, when we were kind of like trying to figure out the decks, they weren't performing all that well. So we ended up with this one here, and kind of the title's a bit of a joke, Proxima mid card. I don't know, right? But we ended up finding a decent amount of success with this deck. This deck can definitely win, but does it compete with the likes of like Hela discard? I don't think it does. This was by far the most confident deck that I experienced playing Proxima, and the deck that we kind of crafted here on Twitch TV, and it wasn't all that good. If I were to guess on aggregate what this win rate would probably be across like a lot of people's games, like my win rate is kind of in like the probably high 50 percentile. I bet you this is like a 53-54% win rate deck. Whereas realistically, if you want to be competitive, we have decks that are in like the 58-59 percentile currently in like Annihilus and Hela discard. I just don't think that this quite cuts it. And again, there's nothing wrong with the deck as a whole, but it just does not replace, like Proxima cannot replace what Chavez was to our old decks. You have Apocalypse, but Apocalypse, like, yes, you have the Dracula, yes, you have the Proxima Midnight added value, but at the end of the day, without that Chavez turn 6, these endgame discard reliable decks just don't feel reliable. They don't feel like they can compete with the more RNG-centric pop-off decks where you pick your retreat timings and you gain cubes much more rapidly. This deck did work pretty good. I did like Meek in it. Meek was actually a quiet performer. Did some trolling with the way it moved. I would like perhaps the moving mechanic of Meek to be looked at eventually. But ultimately, like, Dawkin felt good. Corvus Glaive felt good. Like, the deck was fine, but does it compete? Like, honestly, does that deck compete with this? No, it doesn't. Like, if you're trying to rank up, then this deck is just better. It's just that simple, right? And I don't think that, Proxima Midnight was designed to try to combat Hela. And if Hela gets brought down and other changes to discard happen, then perhaps the more reliable discard-centric version finds more value and maybe Proxima is better. But as a whole, kind of come in underwhelmed on Proxima Midnight. Now, on the Snapchat, we did talk about Moongirl. Could Moongirl be viable with Proxima Midnight? And I gotta be honest with you, no. The deck was actually really awkward to pilot, and most of the time we were winning because of Loki. And the mashup between Loki and discard with Helicarrier, like, on the surface felt like it should have been fine, but there were times where Morbius was completely useless, there were times where Collector was completely useless, and Loki was just never quite useless. Which just makes me realize that Loki's just still good, and just play a dedicated Loki deck. Like, why play this when you can play like an actual dedicated Loki deck, which ironically I don't quite have right now. But really, even a higher win rate than that is going to be just a straight up Heli discard deck. Like 57% win rate, cube rate's a little suspect, but this has a very direct attempt as stars glimmer all over MODOK and Doctor Doom. At the end of the day though, I just don't think that it quite knocks off the current like this just does, it's not good enough. In my testing, it wasn't good enough. Then we went, okay, what if we do a bit of a different deck with, you know, Hell Cow, some more stats, and this felt like a less refined version of the deck we eventually ended up on. So this one here with Hell Cow didn't feel quite so good. And then finally we had a Black Bolt based list. Okay, what if we can do some disruption against the opponent? I actually think that this deck has potential. However, in the current meta, and at time of recording, everyone's playing Proxima Midnight. Everyone wants to test discard, and so the result was that I was just discarding people's swarms for them, which was super cringe and really bad. So this didn't quite work yet, but like 2 weeks from now, I think this deck might actually be pretty interesting. I do think that Proxima Midnight and this entire week of Spotlight caches is ultimately skippable. I do think you can save your Spotlight keys. I do think you can save your Spotlight tokens, your collector's tokens, I should say. And ultimately, like, yeah, the card's fine. Do I think it's going to elevate discard completely? No, I don't. It seems like a good card, and it just seems like there's a way better way to play discard right now. It's that simple, right? There's simply a better way to play discard. So if you're going to spend your time and your resources trying to play discard, you're much better on the Hella side. If a patch or an OTA changes that, it's a completely different conversation. But as of right now, as of this recording, it feels like Proxima Midnight just doesn't quite supersede the Hella versions of Lockjaw and etc. So with that being said, if nothing changes, then those decks are always just simply going to outperform the Proxima Midnight. And it does feel like the design space on Proxima Midnight is very niche. We've been playing for hours and we've been trying a whole bunch of different combinations, and maybe like, are we really 3 cards off from a good deck here? Probably not. I actually feel pretty confident that this particular deck is about as refined as you're going to get with reliable discard, utilizing both Corvus and Proxima Midnight with Dracula. And the deck kind of writes itself. Like, you don't have much space to make many more adjustments. Maybe Meek is cuttable and you add something else, and that's kind of the flex spot. But outside of that, like, I don't know what else you really do. Proxima is good, but there's just way better choices in discard right now. Regardless, guys, thank you so much for watching. We have some gameplay highlights that were recorded live on Twitch TV. As I suggested, we're going to bring Twitch chat back to the mix here. And I hope that you guys enjoy these Twitch highlights. As I said, we have Twitch drops happening right now. Definitely use the link in the description to join us on Twitch. And we'll see you on that next Marvel Snap video. Meek is very subbable in this deck. Meek, very subbable. Corvus and Swarm. Corvus hits Proxima. Come on. Okay. Bro, that doesn't even matter. Why you... I actually don't even care that much. Buddy's getting all hyped up. He's like, oh, I got him. Bud's going full sweat. Meanwhile... No, what I can do is I can actually just play MODOK here, not blow up the hand. Or... I can play Hell Cow, not blow up the hand, and then play MODOK. Right? Get the 8 power? I think I just get the 8 power. Or I can do this. I think this is correct. Add additional swarms. Right? Get all the swarms. Get some swarm gaming going. Prevent the discard from occurring, as Beer Hates Rob comes in with the subscription. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We now MODOK. MODOK on Machine World, because you know they want it. No, they could play MODOK. Well, do they ever play MODOK? I think you save MODOK. Yeah, I think saving MODOK was correct. So we're in an interesting spot here. We Meek here to block Proxima from going there. We go Swarm. We go MODOK. And this might be enough. This is a surprising amount of power here. Alioth is a factor. Alioth makes the most recent Annihilus decks. It's 2 cards. Okay. I think we got him. We're going to get this. Watch this Meek come over too. Proxima comes over and Meek gives it the how do you do? That is an absolutely beautiful win. Absolutely beautiful win. I kind of want to sift mid. Oh yeah, you gotta activate your fast pants. Oh, Mega Red. Okay, interesting play. That's not it, though. You need more than that. Now, one, you could Modok here. But isn't it just easier to play Morbius? Yeah, we just do this. You know what? Corvus Glaive would have done the same. I actually regret this. I could have played Morbius right and Corvus Glaive mid. And that would have probably been better now that I see that play, but it's okay. I always see the play after I click the button, and I'm like, okay. They probably still can't beat us. Drawing Dawkins a complete disaster here.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, Modok is more power mid, but I don't know. Oh my god. We just don't play? We 50-50? Okay. We never lose these 50-50s. No, playing is less than a 50-50 because we not only get the shard, we get the stupid Noor. Alright, didn't expect Miss Marvel. We still win if we hit Dawkins. If we hit Apocalypse. Lol. We win the 50-50 every time? Alright! Come on. Here it is. The moment! Dracula! We never lose these. Yes! We're still short though, aren't we? No, we're not! Let's go! Jubilee. Magic? Miss me with this. Oh, stupid Adeline, man. Hate this location so much. Just makes me sad. Okay. I mean, I could just play the stature, but... Man. That's actually annoying, because I want to discard his cards. Right? Like, I actually want to discard his cards. That's so annoying. Sarindu with the Prime. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you sincerely. Okay, Black Bolt is actually funny, but unfortunately, it's really good for them. Because it buffs their super scroll.
I am Iron Man.
Come on.
I am Iron Man.
Really? So we double our power here. So if he goes Tribunal, we double our power here. Right? We're winning here. Meek's there. She goes here. Ah, let's send this. This is what instinctually I think is correct. Goes mid. That's the most power we can put up mid.
Such is my judgment.
Yeah. That Meek almost completely trolled us. And this is the challenge of Meek. It's a 1-5, so you feel good about playing it. But like when it got up to Buzz, I was like, oh damn. I'm gonna send this. It's kind of dumb, but let's go for it. We get double Proxima into MODOK. Let's see what happens. Thank you for all the subs, guys. Thank you for all the support. It actually legit means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think, do we play Morb here? Morb into Sif, discard that, doesn't even matter? Yeah, let's do this. Wow, what's with all these subscriptions all at once? Friendly mozzarella, the friendliest mozzarella you could ask for. Thank you. Wow. That's some Wong Corvus Glaive into the Apoc.
Apocalypse.
No, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. Getting that Apoc nice and chonky. It's okay. This is actually kind of cool because we can Sif into MODOK. This is kind of crazy. Morb's gonna get huge, as is Meek. Maybe we block off this one. I don't know where the hell Meek's gonna go. This is kind of hilarious. This is a hilarious line. I'm going to just Sif MODOK and just let it, whatever, man. I don't know. Let's just let it go. Let's just let it be. Let it do its thing. This is pretty cool. There's one proc. Oh, fast forward. Apoc goes left. Oh! I hate the fast forwarding because it kind of ruins it a bit, but we end up getting the win. They drop Morbius, and our Morbius outtrades theirs. Apocalypse goes left with Atlantis, ultimately wins there, but Meek's a 110. Meek's a 110. Mobius is a 218, and we did get double Proxima out. So, like, the test worked. Like, in theory, there's something here, but, like, I still think the deck needs some ironing out, but it's pretty cool to see. This is awkward. Dracula should be in Space Throne. Stupid ass Meek. Oh, Meek always goes right. We really needed, like, we never get to Apocalypse and Dracula together, eh? We just never do. Another Tribunal player? Okay, there's a world where this is fine. Is this enough for Proxima? I don't think we do that. Meek moves mid? I think we can play this. If it's Tribunal though, oh my god. This is probably just Patriot mid, or they're not gonna be able to Ultron though. Okay. There's ways to lose this game. There are ways to lose this game. I think we're good. What is this? Punisher? What? Are you? No! Oh my god, I got Punishered! I still win, but what? Is that a 29 Punisher? No, I've never seen this. I gotta tell you, I did not anticipate this in my wildest dreams. Oh, I'm actually disappointed with this raft here. No, I want to make sure they get up with a rock. This is Surfer. Double helicarrier discard here. This is pretty interesting. Okay, they got the Skillmonger. They killed Meek. Whatever, that's pretty big. I was going to say Meek was going to be huge. Of course, they had Skillmonger. Would have liked to have seen that game. Thank you, I guess. What a damn joke, man. Let's do this. So we made the right call with Titania. Perfect. Lol? That was a weird game.